We're live.
I'm starting to think that bunny didn't really lay those Cadbury eggs.
Iron Palace Podcast.
Everybody to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast. And if you follow these easy steps, then you too can become as anabolic as us. Take it away, David.
I got nothing.
Well, okay. Not an idea.
I mean, really, just listening to the podcast.
Thank you, Holland. See, someone picked it up.
Yeah.
I like to think he puts a lot of time into thinking about the intros, and then the rest of the show, just nothing.
He's recovering.
You would,
Smooth brain all
if
around.
you saw these notes, you would really disagree.
I was talking about David specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, David? David, yeah.
You've overshot. I put zero thought into any of it.
It's all smooth brain all the time.
See, last week I showed up with literally nothing, and that is how David shows up every week. But
liberating, isn't it?
somehow still takes the spotlight.
He's still the crowd favorite.
There can only be one, and that's
How do
Holland.
you get phone calls on an iPad?
Because I'm linked to my thing.
If it's for me, I'm in the shower.
Tragic.
Awkward.
All right, we got video. It paused while that phone call was coming through. We're good now. We're good now. We'll get back on topic.
Topic.
Who's she?
Topical.
He's right there. All right, so
Hey.
we have not done an intro in a while. And even though he's been on there here about 1 million times, it only seems fitting to
Wave to the camera.
wave to your fans, Jake. It only seems fitting to give him an intro like we've done everybody else. So,
Yeah.
without further ado, introducing a powerhouse of athleticism that can do anything from DM to BM. He can lift more than your dad and cook better than your mom. He's the first knight of the Iron Palace, an engineer by day, a Marine by night, and before you can ask, yes, he does have the neck for badminton. This is Jake Traxler.
I'd like to thank the Academy again. I'm sure I've said that before.
That is a badminton neck.
That's what I've been saying.
He has the neck
when I
for
was writing the
badminton.
intro last night, the first thought was he has the neck for badminton.
Yeah.
That neck will take a stroll into pickleball if you let it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell he's definitely smacked around a few shuttlecocks in his day.
Oh, yeah.
We're dancing a fine line with that one.
Which side of the line, the shuttle or the...
That's up to you. I can't make that decision for you.
You just got to follow your neck.
Yeah.
David follows Holland's neck all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working for them. They are the crowd favorites.
I agree. I'm just here.
You're the mastermind.
I'm the one that brought them together. That's all you can ask. Matchmaker, if you will.
Yeah, he's the guy with the buffalo on his hat.
Yeah.
True. Shout out to Jason Prefogel.
This is a nice hat.
It's a nice hat.
Yeah, it is. It's
That's
a
the
nice
official
shirt,
Iron
too.
Palace review.
For
What about that stringer?
oh, I know.
We call that
So-
product placement.
Hat by Iron Herd. Can hit him up for that stuff. I don't know when the shop opens, but friend of the podcast. And then new stringers.
Product placement.
Boom.
Coca-Cola sponsor us.
Stringers.
Please?
Says the world's most anabolic podcast. All gains, no side effects. The Iron Palace podcast.
Don't worry, yours will actually come with muscles.
I'm really hoping. I figure if I wear them enough, eventually I'll fill it out. Or people just, or if I get it small enough.
Well, apparently the muscles were on back order, but they got you the shirt in time.
Here comes the boom, dog. All right, so icebreaker for today, to move past these insulting comments, is if you could only,
Hurtful.
I know, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be, Jake?
I wouldn't eat Jake.
That's not my answer. That was,
So when we say food,
Gives me a tummy
are we
ache.
talking like a full meal, or are we talking like food? That's
Food.
all you get.
food's all you
You
get.
get one item.
One item.
Steak.
I agree with that. Mine was pizza.
I guess there you're getting the bread and the
Yeah, that's kind of
Protein.
cheating.
Yeah, protein, carbs. It's
meal.
one food. Pizza. Well, what's your answer then?
Nice little workaround.
Okay, well, then while I say salad, you can put whatever you want on top of a bed of lettuce and call it salad.
I'm glad you
Thanksgiving
mentioned that.
dinner?
So Alan, friend of the podcast, was just showing me. I think he said it was his dad's salad, and it was just like some lettuce with cut up hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Show me that.
I just can't imagine lettuce and hot dogs. Like, just pick the hot dog off and leave the lettuce.
I guess.
at that point.
I think he said that he was on.
It
Had
was
to
a
do
game
some.
of find the hot dog and the lettuce.
I forget what he said he was doing. He was on some diet.
Small hot dog, big lettuce.
He said he got put on some diet, and as soon as he heard it, he goes, "I can eat all the hot dogs I want." And so,
What was it, keto?
probably, I don't know.
I like that. I like that's where he went. Not all the bacon.
I know.
all the burgers.
Which, yeah, because when people do keto, their first thought is, steak.
Yeah.
Pound of bacon for breakfast,
yeah.
a whole stick of butter in my coffee.
Yep.
No, he
Weird
went
stuff.
He was like, hot dogs,
I
dude.
love it.
Which, I mean, you can eat hot dogs cold. You can eat them hot,
Long ways.
yeah.
sideways,
If you
hot
eat them
dog style,
sideways, you're a monster.
hamburger style. I mean,
Where's the top of a hot dog?
the hand.
You know, a
It's
lot of
one of those
a lot of
shapes.
the
Hold on.
cheaper ones do
Hold
have
on.
a flat spot.
Switch
yeah.
the camera so everyone can see Holland's hand motions there for.
Yeah, we're trying.
The top of
Yeah.
the.
So that's how you find the.
You know,
He's more of a. He finds the top by feel on a hot
Yeah.
dog.
That makes sense.
close
So
my
it's
eyes.
more of a
my feet.
a rotation. Is that what we're at?
Yeah,
He'll get one from a deli and put that in there upside down.
yeah. You're the guy. You're like the people with the fruits, watermelons over there. That's a nice melon. You're with the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Look, they got these things all cattywampus in the pack in here. Like,
He's flicking the pack of hot dogs like people do a watermelon.
yeah,
Listen
no.
to it. That's a right pack.
He goes to the store, grabs a cantaloupe, just slams against the wall, and goes, "Those are ripe," and grabs it down.
This one's got to be good at touching that one. All right. So, anyways, what y'all's? Well, are you going with salad? Is that really your answer?
Steak was going to be my answer, but if we're going to get on technicalities, then yeah, salad.
You know, I kind of screwed up because you can put steak on a salad.
Yeah, those are my thoughts exactly.
You can put steak on a pizza.
You can put Nashville hot chicken on a salad. You can put pizza on a salad. You can put anything on a bed of lettuce.
I
call
mean,
it salad.
technically, if we want to go into that argument, that means that anything you could put on a steak is just a topping for a steak, and that would count as the same food.
But do you put toppings on a steak usually?
Absolutely. Have you ever been to Ruth's, Chris?
No.
Top your steak.
I'm poor.
It's called gift cards.
Why do
my
you think
guy.
we're in this small room?
It's called gift cards. They've got this little blue cheese crumble that goes on top
Listen,
as a topping.
The people that get
It's a
me
game changer.
the people that get me gift cards are like gift cards for McDonald's,
Well,
Cracker
that's
Barrel,
what-
which Cracker Barrel I'm not mad at. Y'all want to?
Love a good Roadhouse gift card. That's high class. No, thank you.
When you have a wife that works in the medical field and they work for doctors, that
We get it. You got money.
$100 meal is nothing to them. Like around Christmas time, they start getting real givey when they're looking at their taxes for the next year.
Mm.
And then next thing you know,
Can't
you
hide
have
money over
Ruth's
here.
Chris gift cards. It's pretty cool.
We got a couple government boys over here.
Yeah, you too, bud.
Yeah, but we know who we're talking to here.
You.
You can trust the ones in a uniform. It's the ones that aren't that you gotta.
Someone's try
look
to.
at.
Someone's try to deny it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you guys watch Tucker Carlson on Joe Rogan?
Nope.
Speaking of government boys.
You see sketches on Theo Vaughn?
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
Bro. I started seeing clips come out on TikTok. I was like, I got to stop because I don't want to spoil this for whenever I watch it. I'm so excited
Sketch
about
of
it.
National Treasure.
You see his high school football videos?
Yeah.
Homie can bang, dude. Like,
I mean, he was no Holland Millsaps, but
oh yeah,
Speaking of Holland,
Mm-hmm. he had a D1 scholarship that he turned down.
he does have that dog in him too. Like if you watch him, he's got that killer instinct.
I forget what there was a I can't remember. I want to say it was an NFL team that actually brought him out, and so they ran drills with him, and he's keeping up, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, he's actually good, but he's also my hero. So
Yeah, speaking of Holland Millsaps, we still haven't heard about that favorite food.
yeah,
Oh, well,
Stepmothers.
Edit point.
oh no, we let it ride, dog.
Much like Holland and Stepmothers.
Got him.
yeah, I don't know. I guess steak probably
Horde.
because I kind of like the idea of the carnivore diet.
Ew, why?
I don't know.
I thought the carnivore diet was cool until I seen Mark Bell drinking bone marrow, and that was where I checked out.
Well, you don't have to drink bone.
No, but I just seen where the trail goes, and I don't want to go there. So I have that obsessive personality that when I get into it, I will get very into it. So
I do feel like that kind of sets you up for a bad case of the meat sweats.
absolutely.
When that's all you got, like there's nothing in there to soak up all those meat juices.
I
You're
feel like
sweating it out.
I feel like that's all you do is sweat because like you're always meat sweating.
This conversation
Yeah.
makes me uncomfortable.
Why are you rubbing your leg when you said that?
Because I had to get 3 shots of health department to cure meat sweats one time. And you know how I am with needles, dog.
My meat's sweating.
Yeah.
And did you notice how the camera switched over to us when he started talking
Habitual
about it?
meat sweats.
Well, see, you'll learn. David's go-to when he's running the cameras is just to leave it on me.
Yeah.
Like there'll be times there's 5 minutes of him talking that's just me looking.
When in doubt, forget about it. You know?
To be fair, he is wearing his holy shoes today, and I don't know if anybody wants to watch him dig in his shoe.
I had brought up having someone come in just to run cameras, and Dave said, "No, I like it." So
I think I'm getting pretty good at it. See?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Seamless.
Yeah.
We call that a sneak peek.
Hey, Holland, would you like to say something?
Sure. Hey,
Have
there I
at
am.
it.
Look at it.
Boom.
look at it, look at it.
I quit.
No one's ever seen me and Kubrick in the same room.
Yeah, that's right.
Who?
We've also not seen him and Batman in the same room.
Fair enough. So before we get into the story today, I figure we'll go ahead and get one of the ads out of the way. So who wants it? Because I'm pretty stoked about this story today. We all know what David's ad is going to be.
Old. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I started.
So who's doing it?
I started to read Caleb's intro that I wrote for him.
Run it back from the top.
I was like, "That's not an ad."
That's your ad. That'd be hilarious. We just start running the ad.
Caleb's so vain that he's paying Holland just to talk about him now.
I'm not paying.
Yeah. No.
He's begging.
Yep.
So,
You ready?
yeah. Would you like to elevate your workouts to the next level?
I would.
With NutriFit's cutting-edge pre-workout supplements, you can ignite your energy, focus, and endurance, and push through every rep with confidence.
Wow.
Experience the NutriFit difference and dominate your training sessions like never before. All you have to do is go to NutriFit.com and use promo code CalebCDay and get a discount.
NutriFit.com.
Yes, and promo code CalebCDay.
I'm on it.
Did you say it helps focus?
You should try it.
I will say, as somebody who works out first thing in the morning, like, that Carnage comes in pretty clutch. All 400 milligrams of caffeine you get,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say, I tried the Symbiote. That's at, what, 475? Is that what I gave
It's
you?
almost 5.
Yeah.
That one was rough.
Little level
Working out in the morning, it's rough. Just because I haven't had food yet.
Empty gut.
And then I'm hitting 475 milligrams of caffeine on an empty stomach and then going straight to work. I don't recommend doing anything that requires steady movement shortly after. Anywhere
Like,
within 4 hours of taking that.
Don't perform eye surgery afterwards.
I don't recommend it.
You need to start throwing that carb powder in. It makes a big
I
difference
should.
in the morning.
I keep meaning to, and then I don't. I do good to remember to put my creatine in it. So
Creatine. You're one of those guys.
creatine monohydrate, dog.
If you tried the HCl, it's pretty good.
No, I don't do drugs.
Man, it's creatine HCl.
That sounds way too
That's how they
close.
get you.
It's not.
Exactly. See,
It's not all gritty and nasty like the mono is. It's pretty nasty. but it's not gritty.
hooked.
that's what it sounds like. It feels like you're trying to sell me on something.
Yeah, you take it intravenously.
Sounds like you're trying to sell you on some sin.
Sounds
Sir, this is a family-friendly podcast around here.
He sounds like what I expected people to be like in my DARE classes. You know, like, when you sat through DARE, it seemed like as soon as you got into high school, they're going to be people like, "Hey, man, come here and take some drugs."
There wasn't nearly that many cool people.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly how they tell you it's going to happen,
Yeah.
too.
I thought the people were going to be trying to hand me drugs like right and left.
Yeah, they're like, when they offer you drugs, you say no.
Yeah, not if it's
Yeah,
when
it's
they
when.
do.
I can't believe how drastically my position has changed on signing pledges as I've gotten older. Because now, like, even if I won't even bullcrap. Like, yeah, no, I'm good, dog.
Everybody had the little DARE card they kept in their
Yeah.
wallet that had no money in it. It just had your DARE cards that you got once a year.
I won a shirt in one of the classes, and I wore it forever just because I thought it was cool.
Well, yeah.
You would have thought it was real cool.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you seem like the type.
Yeah.
You was a
He's
dare.
a 22 and he wanted a raffle.
Like you're one to talk.
Narc for sure, government boy.
Oh, so you didn't even say it right. That wasn't even,
Government boy.
There it is.
you can't. It's BOI. If you say boy, it's not the same.
That's what
It feels more creepy.
That's what a government boy would say.
Yo, boy.
Big pharma boy.
All right, so
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think this is the right button. Yeah. So now we're moving on to Iron Parables, boys. So full disclosure, whenever I research someone for these segments, I read a bunch of different sources and I'll write my own thing. However, I came across the original New York Times, article about this.
Feels like plagiarism.
I've read too much today. No, I'm quoting it. It can't be plagiarism if you're giving your sources.
hold on. Did you say it helps focus?
Get that man some carnage.
Jake, in the cabinet in there. David's
double scoop it.
David's about to double dry scoop right now. Anyway, so yeah, usually I will read a bunch of sources and I'll write my own thing. I put on my best little article writing hat. But in this case, I came across the original New York Times article from February 1910, and reading it, no one writes like this anymore, for one. And I mean that in a great way. Stop reading ahead.
I was looking at the
Picturing your
pictures.
good riding hat. I picture one of them like rainbow hats. It's got the little helicopter on top.
Oh, I was thinking one of those with the tinted visor.
Oh, or what about
Like
the
a
ones
poker's hat.
Yeah.
like SpongeBob's got where he pulls the string and it claps?
Every time I get a good idea, I write a good sentence like, oh.
Clap, clap, clap.
Caleb, to be fair, I was just looking at the picture.
To be fair.
Well,
To be fair.
fair.
I hate you guys. All right, so
Yes.
to start the story off, we'll discuss the act that gained him the most fame, and that act is called the human bridge. Don't. How are you already off the
I like where
rails?
this is going.
How are you already this far gone?
I've got that specific phrase in my search history. So
You do need a good strong
Then
column.
for one, you don't clear your search history.
I let God sort them out, dude.
Okay. So,
I got nothing to hide.
all right, that's fine. But yeah, so I feel like I could not do this story any more justice than to just quote not the entire article, but a good portion of it, because it is so well written. And I hope one day, I don't even care who it is, I hope someone writes something like this about me.
What's the author's name?
I don't know. I really couldn't find it.
Kurt Vonnegut.
Plagiarism.
But it's from the New York Times, February 1910, and there's a picture
It's a pretty cool picture.
of the human bridge.
It's not how I
Very
pictured it.
visual on the camera.
Is
for
that-
We'll
everybody
get
that's
there,
watching.
Jake. You've already looked at it.
Is that what you had pictured when you were searching for that?
Not at all. Mine had 3 people and no car.
So I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I doubt it. We'll get it posted on our Facebook page. But either way, so the way it worked, we'll give a rough, before I jump into the actual article, excuse me, is a man lays on with feet down, kind of like crab position. And then they place this, it's basically a giant seesaw that weighs about 1,500 pounds, where it's on his knees and on his chest. And there's a car that weighs about 7,000 pounds, will drive up on one side and keep driving and until it teeters over to the other side, and then it drives off.
So since the audience can't really see that picture very well right now, I just want to say those are some pretty impressive sawhorses.
That's right.
By today's standards, there's no sawhorse just carrying an entire full car of people and
I
just
agree.
living up to it.
But either way,
Craftsmanship.
this is nuts. So we'll just go ahead and get into it.
And cost not nearly as much.
True.
right.
This feat consists of supporting entirely unaided a huge bridge over which passed a 7-passenger automobile carrying a capacity load and aggregate weight of approximately 7,000 pounds. This is how you know I didn't write this, because I would never use the word aggregate.
Aggregate?
I don't know what that means.
He sped up before too. He got a running start. He knew the word was coming. He was like, "You're
Oh, yeah.
There should be a new segment where at any time David and Holland can be like, look up that word and tell us what it means right now.
Yeah.
No, this is not Dungeons and D-Ball where we don't just throw in random modifiers, Jake.
Yeah. It's like, time out. What was that word?
No, we're not doing that. So,
I like it.
3.5 tons of the bridge crushed their way down upon the sole human pillar, resting entirely on the knees and chest and bearing down cruelly upon the arms and legs of the athlete. Do you guys have any guesses yet? I almost know there's no way you guessed this, man.
How did he get both his knees and his chest flat on the ground?
They're not flat on the ground.
Oh, I thought you said it was resting on his knees and his chest.
The platform, see?
Oh, okay. Yep, got it.
So, as illustrated on the front page, which is the picture I showed you, as illustrated on the front page, he assumed a position with his back to the ground and supporting himself on his feet and arms. His position was exactly midway between two runways, leading to the central span of the bridge. Then the structure was placed upon his chest and knees. It consisted of a long platform centered by a pivot arrangement to the total weight of which was 1,500 pounds. The combined efforts of 14 men were required to drag the apparatus out on the stage and put it in place. At one side, the stage facing the runway and with its motor idly running stood a huge touring car weighing 4,500 pounds. 6 men, including the chauffeur, rode in the car, increasing its weight by about 1,000 pounds. So much reading. At a signal, the automobile charged up the runway and out onto the span. Midway, the entire structure changed position with the opposite end crashing down on the forward runway. The terrific strain of this impact on... almost said his name. Can only be imagined.
Starts with an S. Susan.
No.
Doug.
Yet with the sinews strained and bulging beneath a satin skin, the human foundation was still bearing up staunchly as the automobile moved safely down to the other side. How was this unprecedented feat of strength accomplished? An element of resiliency was needed, a shock absorber, a springy quality to tense the bones and yet absorb the vibration. Now, and the answer to that question of how was this accomplished?
Yes.
Was muscle. It's literally what they wrote. The answer was muscle.
I thought it was going to be the Iron Palace podcast.
It should be. Whenever we do this, it will be. I immediately, when I was reading this, the first thought in my head was me and you finding some way to do this and David doing it with the pink Jeep.
I'm in.
That was the first thought in my head. All right. So
I'm working on it right now.
muscle, like coiled steel springs, that rare combination of supreme agility with brute strength. Any guesses before I tell you his name?
Samson.
No.
The Great
Gatsby.
It's nice to see y'all finish each other's sentences over here. No.
No, okay, I got nothing.
Anybody else? If you've read it, don't guess it.
You think I can see that from over here?
I don't know.
It was Alan, wasn't it?
It was Alan.
It was the Yeti.
Yep. Nope. So,
Alex McDonald.
Lionel Strongfort
I was
dared
all over it.
Strongfort.
dared and won.
Lionel.
How are you
Yep.
gonna have a last
He
name like
actu-
Strongfort?
So his
And
name.
not be strong. That
You
was.
have to be a
Is
strong
that a
man.
stage name?
I was confused because at one point they said one article said his name is Lionel Strongfort, but his stage name was Max Unger.
Why would you?
But
your
then-
real name is better than
I
the
know.
stage name.
Well, but then I seen something else that was the reason he took on Lionel Strongfort was because his mentor that was training him in strongman and like kind of showed him and got him into the sport was named Strongfort, so he just kind of picked up that name with him. But again, once I got to this part, I kind of shifted away from the rest of the story about him and just kind of leaned on this because this was cool. So we might circle back to this like some other time and talk about more of his history, but this was a very cool thing. Now, here's the part that was really hooked me on why I had to quote it is truly, here was a man who rivaled the fables of ancient Greece, a man greater than Milo who carried the Grecian bull, a man more powerful than Samson who slew the Philistines and pulled down the temple, a man more daring than Horatio who held the bridge against Rome's invaders, a man more physically perfect than Hercules. Sculptors heard of Lionel Strongfort, and he was besieged with offers to pose. In today's mad maelstrom of changing things, Lionel Strongfort, a human bridge feat, stands alone, unchallenged, and defying duplicity. Yep. And then I didn't want to quote the entirety of it, but here's one last little bit from it that I felt like really needed to be put in here. Was it says, a feat which by its very simplicity established beyond doubt its freedom from fakery and yet provided a spectacular and sensational element that stamped it in the memory of the audiences long after other men's acts had faded into oblivion.
Nice.
Who writes like that? That is so awesome.
Well, if you'd have told us the author's name, we'd know.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
But, I guess back then, the printed word was the only sort of outlet. So there was such a demand for good writers.
Oh, yeah.
You had to describe because you couldn't really show.
Yeah. And now you've got so many,
It's the opposite problem. Now they want you to distill it down to as few words as possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
As much as you can get to the head. Really, the headline's what matters. Mm-hmm. You need to click. You don't need them to read the article.
It kind of goes back to that focus thing you were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, how many videos...
Attention span.
Yeah, how many videos do you look at because of the thumbnail has a big word that's just like, that's what I'm looking for, and then it has nothing to do with it?
Oh, I hate that.
Yep. I need to start doing that for our videos.
We need some clickbait titles.
Yeah. But also, I picked this guy originally because I was looking through lists of names that I've collected, trying to pick who I want to do today. I originally picked this guy because one of the things he did was, and there was another article written about him where he helped thousands of men get in shape, is because he actually had a subscription-based, like where he would mail you a program thing.
Oh, kind of like a Charles Atlas did.
Yeah.
Before subscriptions were cool.
Yeah, he was like one of the first few people to do it. But he would also like send you good Lord, he'd send you the program of what to do, what weights to use, and he would also send you dumbbells. Like, I mean, it's just it's like the small, it looked like 5-pound dumbbells or 10-pound, but like they're the little bitty ones like you see moms walking through the mall with. Like, it's like those. But either way, I thought it was pretty cool.
It's like the Hulk Hogan weight set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
If you mailed back enough UPC codes or whatever they were called back in the day to Captain Underpants, they'd send you your X-ray goggles. So, I mean.
Yep. It was, I thought that was pretty cool. I was like one of the first people to ever do the weird mail-in things.
Yeah.
But then I found this and I was like, oh no, we're shifting gears. This is way cooler. But yeah, so I thought it was pretty sick because, like it said, like you can't really fake what's happening. You've got a car driving over a teeter-totter with you under it.
Yeah.
Like there's not really any, like whenever we talked about the man with the cannonball,
Right.
there's a lot of people that are like, oh, the cannonball didn't weigh what it said, short shot on the powder, all sorts of stuff. I don't, nowhere can you fake that.
Yeah, you're the fulcrum of a car driving over you. I mean... Yeah.
And any kind of weight is heavy on that. Like even if the combined weight isn't 7,000 pounds, if it's 5,000, 4,000, 1,000.
Yeah.
You're supporting it with your rib cage.
Yeah. It's literally sitting on your knees and your chest. And whenever we did the stone lifting competition and I carried the 350 Husafel stone, the worst part about it wasn't carrying it because it was heavy. It was carrying it because it's on my chest and I couldn't breathe.
Just trying to breathe with it.
Yeah. That was the worst.
And I'm trying to sleep with your cat on your chest.
No, you just can't breathe at all. You die.
That's a big cat.
I don't even think he could have held my cat on his chest.
Or like that one lady Holland was telling us about.
And we're back to the stepmoms.
Unrelated to the cat.
Check us out on Patreon for that story.
One of these days we'll start a Patreon just for that.
The Iron Palace After Dark.
It says only Holland's.
It's candlelit. We're wearing robes.
Yeah. Linda's not allowed to join that.
No.
Linda,
on subscription, she ain't.
Linda, I know you're listening. Do not join our Patreon if we start one.
Unless you're a cool kid. Cool kids can join.
Linda, don't join.
Don't let him tell you how to live, Linda.
But yeah, so that is Max Unger, a.k.a. Lionel Strongfort. In a nutshell. He did a lot of other cool things, but that's where I got stuck, and I didn't want to make this a 30-page thing.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I think we can recreate this.
That's what I've been thinking.
I think we can.
Video professional.
I don't think we can do this to that degree, especially at this point. Also, hold on, I got to look up a picture of him to show you guys. So this is often what I do, and we've done it all together several times, is we look at what these people looked like, and you'll see, I mean, a lot of these guys don't look like they should be able to do what they do.
Yeah, they're not that impressive
So
physically.
that's why whenever I saw the picture of him, I was like, really?
That's like the cannonball dude with the red Speedos.
Yeah.
That the women were like wanting to preserve his body because it was so well sculpted or whatever. Picture of him, he just looks like a normal dude. I mean, it wasn't.
I mean, I guess it is kind of crazy how, like, just like clothes and everything else, the way people view. He's got kind of like a Putin thing going for him. Look at his
No, I
face.
mean, again, you can tell he works out.
Yeah.
He looks
but-
like he'd wrestle a bear shirtless and then ride a horse.
No, that's Holland. Holland did that before
You
he got
can't
here.
look at
today.
that guy and tell me he doesn't
Yeah,
look
that
kind of
work.
like Vladimir Putin.
I'm not convinced that every time you Google one of these old time strongmen, you're just not getting some random picture from a Ripley's Believe It or Not brochure. None of these are the actual guys.
It's just completely AI
It's been
generated.
the same four over and over
They
again.
all look like old pictures
Yeah.
of Harry
That's
Houdini.
one of the dumbbells he would send out.
Oh, yeah. Strong.
We've
form.
got four
Strong
pictures
form.
of two strong men from that era, and we keep looking at them over and over
Yeah,
again.
Kind of
it's
just looks like a
All they
milk
do,
bone
they
tree.
put a mustache on him and take it off every once in a while.
Yeah, it's actually all just the same picture, or it's all just different pictures of Houdini.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, yeah, I think we need to find a way to do this just because I mainly want to see David do it with the pink Jeep.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny with David riding in the pink Jeep.
What gets
going
me-
over you.
There are 6 people in that car, and it added 1,000 pounds.
I was also confused.
I was like, there's 1,000 pounds on this couch in this chair almost.
Yep, I'm 270. You're around 270.
Yeah.
220 something last week.
220. I mean, yeah.
I mean, like,
And you're what, 180
Ish.
ish?
yeah. Well, after all your PT stuff, you might be a little lighter.
That's fair. That's fair.
And took a BM earlier, like I said in your intro. So
I didn't notice you threw that in there.
From DM to BM.
whenever I wrote that, I actually cracked myself up.
That was good.
I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but I did.
I've had hundreds of not safer podcast things that BM stand for go through my head since we started.
Name one.
Patreon will list them.
Yeah.
That's what we really should do is just on our Patreon, just David lists all the things he wanted to say. All the things even David deemed as not podcast material.
We'll just call
It's
it
like-
David After Dark.
Yeah, David's intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, don't.
This is where he lets him win.
The problem is they leave as soon as they come to me. So like usually afterwards, I'm like,
I don't know. What
That's
that
like Holland with the stepmoms again.
yep.
was. Man.
Sorry, Linda.
He
Are you, though?
He ghost wrote John Mayer's Assassin song and sent it to him.
So real quick, tip of the day.
It's a great song.
Isn't that normally like an end of the podcast?
No, quote to the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Tip
Someone's
of the
not
day.
a long time listener.
So
Alan would have never asked that question.
no,
That's fair.
Alan actually probably wouldn't ask any questions. He would just wait for us to ask him to do the Yeti call.
He does like to just
And then he
sit
sits
and
there
laugh.
sits there and laughs at us.
But the laugh does add a lot to the show.
I was about to say, honestly, our one of our better episodes was whenever Alex, his daughter, was on, and all he did was sit over there and laugh.
yeah.
Oh, he'd be over there heaving,
Yeah,
just absolutely rolling.
and we don't need a live audience. We just need a live Alan.
yeah.
It adds a nice ambience to the entire
does.
show.
Yep. So
Makes the room warm.
Like
it does make the room warm. It's a small room, as I said.
I
So
like the way he laughs because like most people have like a cadence to their laugh. It sounds like he's got all the air in his body and is trying to force it out at once.
and it's exactly the same every time.
it's a great.
like somebody's just deflating him with all they've got.
It's like a human whoopee
like-
cushion.
So somebody just walked up behind him and went, big hug and grabbed him.
You have to do that. Yeah. If you're there Saturday, please do that.
Big hug.
I was actually about to announce what we're doing Saturday, but there's no point because this isn't coming out for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So if you missed it, the 27th at Peaceful Side Social,
It was a great time.
it was a blast. We loved it. Lots of the fun.
Yeah.
I would tell you to come, but
You already missed it.
You kind of did the same thing with the Power Partners
we've done it so many times.
Yeah.
announcement
We have done
a
it
week
several
after
times.
it was over.
We got far enough ahead that I had no idea what like was coming out from week to week, and mom would Mom would ask
don't
me
check,
about.
we're on.
She would listen to it, and then she would ask. She was like, "Hey, what were you guys talking about?" I'm like,
I don't
even
remember.
what episode was that.
Man, there was one episode that came out, and for the life of me, as I'm listening to it, and I felt like I'm listening to a new episode. Like I have.
When did we record this?
Dude, I swear I did. I think I was like a quarter of the way through before I thought, oh, I remember this.
I just want to know why every time David does something that would be great for camera, he flips it over to us, and then we're the only ones that get to enjoy it.
I
He was
told
just
you.
woodpeckering his microphone.
Oh, I know.
You watch your mouth.
Yeah,
my Lord.
Yeah, Mr. Shuttlecock, you watch
Yeah.
out.
Jeez.
If you heard random microphone noises, it was David.
I know.
Woodpecking is on the Patreon.
That's pecking wood.
You watch it. It's a family podcast. Alan would never.
Family friendly around here. Sorry for cussing.
Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
My favorite
Special
sketch
place,
moment ever
special people.
is when he says, family friendly. You know what? Put the kids to bed. It's after 10. It's bad parenting at this point.
Dude, I have so many favorite videos, but like we could do a whole episode just on favorite sketch. If you want to be on, please be on this podcast. I would love it. You could come in this tiny room with us, but don't. But
Once again, Patreon.
he's playing or he's
Tiny room
streaming.
included.
He's streaming, and somebody dropped the N word, and they said.
That was an NFL player.
Yeah. And he said, they go, oh, sorry for using that word. He goes, oh, it's fine. If you could say it, I can say it.
It was Vontez. And he also told him, he was like, Sketcher, that you inspired me to stream. He went, you inspired me to hit people after the play, brother.
Or he said, when do you know you had that thing, dude? And he goes, since birth. No thought required. Just already knew, since birth. Yeah, I saw a thing the other day that I completely agreed with. I think me and you talked about it at work. Is someone made a montage of like best sketch moments, and it just said we finally got one right. We made the right person famous. I was like, I agree.
Yeah,
100% agree.
And like, he even admits it too. Like I was telling you, I was like, he's doing Trump, and like recently he's
Yeah.
like, he's like, it's just the cadence works because
Yeah.
he said you can insult someone, but not have to know the insult because you can repeat the first part a couple times till you think of it. You'd be like, man, you're a loser. You're such a loser. He goes, you don't have to think of what kind of loser they are for 3 or 4 more times. Like, you just keep man, he's a loser until you get the
Such
joke.
a loser.
Yeah, I picked up on that one of the first times, but I think he does it better than Trump.
Oh yeah, he might.
I really think he does.
pretty good.
Especially, I think his insults just cut deeper.
What did he ask? That one guy goes, "How much do you pay for that haircut?" No offense to you and the lady at Great Clips.
Yeah. Dude, I asked someone like the next day, I said, a guy at work got a haircut. I said, you get a haircut? And he goes, I did. I said, Great Clips? He goes, how'd you know? I was like, that's between you and the lady at Great Clips, buddy.
It was the bangs, dog.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen a man with bangs.
Yeah, just because you brush it straight up with a lot of gel, I still know they're there. Dude, yeah, I could quote sketch moments all the time. He's hilarious. Oh, but yeah, him on Theo Vaughn, I'm so excited to watch it.
Did you watch Theo had that Carney on the other day? It was pretty cool. He was telling
I've
about
seen
like the
it.
games that you can't win and all the secrets and stuff to it. But then this guy was like, it reminded me of your old Tommy Strongman picture. He showed a picture like his great granddad was like one of the like a famous 3-legged man on the back of an Alice in Chains record. Like his whole family's always been Carneys.
You know, it'd be cooler if they could see you talk.
Look, man. All right, back to us.
Professionalism.
That's just good podcasting.
I'm done now. We'll switch back
Well, they wouldn't know. They didn't see that high five either.
Yeah, they didn't need to see it.
They heard it.
because we don't put the camera on us when we high five, not hands.
That was the most impressive part.
With the clothes on.
I've always said he's got the feet of a chimp.
I almost said I've never seen anything like it, but they literally did not see anything like it. So back to what I was originally trying to go to, which is the tip of the day.
Oh, we still haven't done that?
Just the
No,
tip.
because we immediately abandoned ship on that one.
Yeah.
You say that stuff improves focus?
So we've joked about this many times, especially at competition or just in general, but this is good advice for everybody to know when you're at the gym.
Sorry.
David, do the Heimlich maneuver.
What?
Nothing.
Which maneuver?
Heimlich.
Nothing. Don't worry
Did they
about
have a B in it? The Heimlich?
No,
Which
D in it.
maneuver?
All right, Holland hot dog or hamburger style.
I I thought you were about to say hot box.
I was.
I was like, not in here, please.
I was about to say hot bog because I picture that's what it smells
It kind of
like.
is a hot box.
It is boggy down there right now.
You said, I picture that's what it smells like.
I'm a visual smeller.
Get out of my swamp.
Yeah. I was about to say, you ought to be like Shrek does Donkey, dude.
He is wearing full green today.
And something about
Out
it,
of my swamp.
something about it makes me want waffles, Doc. It all checks out. Oh yeah, sorry, camera. Me and Hall have a vision for the visual aspect of this podcast. We'd appreciate if you'd respect it.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a tip of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever
know what
make
we
it
need?
there.
I'd like to hear it.
You know what we need, boys?
What's that?
Segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only.
Like tip of the day.
Yeah.
If only we had
Or
segments.
like some kind of cool story.
David,
Just the tip.
what tip of the day? Go.
I don't have one. I do got a cool
You know who
quote.
Uh-huh. does have one? I have one.
Well, let's hear it.
I'm not.
We're waiting
for
on
now,
you.
afterwards.
What?
I was talking to Holland.
What?
How about you do some podcasting? We're sidebar. We're playing our next move. It's chestnut checkers on the couch.
I don't even know where you just pointed.
Me either.
Over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Family friendly around here, brother.
Let's
So,
do that tip of the day.
tip of the day.
Yeah.
It's a good advice for all lifters, especially if you're new to the gym. Before any PR attempt, be sure to tell your spotter or anyone around you that's, whatever, that in any instance you drop the weight on yourself and you get hurt, add weight to the bar and then call for help
Yes.
in that order. So
Always.
at least if you're down, it looks like you went down under some kind of weight.
Yeah. Like, man.
Failed on my third rep with 700.
Tip number 2. Just let Holland sneak up behind you with smelling salts when you're not expecting it. Your brain will take a
It will.
screenshot.
It definitely will. Been
Or
there.
just his natural musk.
That's what I make it from.
What were we calling it? Millsap's musk?
Smell the saps.
Sounds like a
Smell the sap.
That sounds like a local IPA.
It is. It's right there.
You have no idea how local it is, buddy.
It's local to your general vicinity right now.
100% organic.
IPA.
IPA.
Hey!
Salty.
Savory, some would say.
Did we just make a commercial for it?
I think so.
Not a lot of
think
hops
so.
in that
Oh,
one.
good. I'll mark off David's ad then. Oh, speaking of which, Dave,
Hey, Dave.
drop a hot ad on us, boy.
Look, I was doing some A1 directing over here. And you boys just broke the whole mood. Hold on, I gotta redo it now.
That would have worked way better if I hadn't been staring at the screen.
Is it real dark in your house? Well, if it is, call the utility company first. Make sure you paid your bill. But if you did that and it's still dark in there, call them boys over there at East Tennessee Electric LLC at 865-318-0867. They could probably figure it out.
I like how you looked up to God to remember that one.
That's what I was laughing at.
Sometimes
You
I
and the
have to-
good Lord had a conversation about what that number was.
Sometimes I
right?
gotta chase my thoughts.
That's like, that was me keeping count of their reps yesterday.
Yeah, we were coaching Special Olympics yesterday, and Holland kept forgetting because he was trying to adjust the cadence for their calls on their bench press, and he kept forgetting how many they were at. So me and Jake just stood in front of him counting it.
So I just had to look up. I'm like, oh, 4 fingers. Oh, they only have one more left.
The best part of it was Holland looking up like he wasn't looking up, so he's looking down at the athlete like,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want them to know that I didn't know what
Well,
reps they
their
were
eyes-
on.
to be fair, we tell them to close their
I
eyes.
was about to say their eyes are closed. They're good.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Caleb hates good TV.
He does. He hates fun in general.
That's what he was just talking to us about before we started
Vote
recording. He's like,
him
boys,
off.
you know what grabs my gears?
Him
Fun.
off.
Yeah, I actually said, I hate fun. We're live.
First thing he told us, he kicked in the door today and said, all right, everybody put your fun down and step away slowly.
Yeah.
Yep. If I even
Fun police
smell
is
it,
here. Yeah.
if I even smell fun in the room, I will shut it down.
Yeah, would it be no fun here? That's exactly how he said it.
I will. It's kind of like on Full House or Cut It Out, but I will shut it down.
Yeah, there was another guest, but he was too fun, so y'all got me.
Accurate. Just kidding. Jake, you are fun.
Thanks.
Excellent hugger. Excellent hugger he is.
Yeah. Dynamite kisser.
Hey, whatever you guys do after Power Partners is on you.
There's a lot of power in that partnership.
Now I've got Ricochet stuck in my head.
Ricochet. That's all I think of is that old, was it Mucha Lucha?
I don't know, but now that you said
Bless you.
that, the Ricola song stuck in my head.
That's a bop.
We just went 3 different directions with that.
No, it's okay. Take a drink. That's good podcasting.
So Jake, got any dogs?
I mean, I got that dog in me.
I almost forgot to hit it. We're good though.
Yeah, that was almost as good as the camera switching.
It's tough, isn't it?
We're going to use all the buttons today.
All the buttons.
Hold on. That's all of them.
Did we do something to deserve that?
Never.
Oh. Why do we even have that button?
Just in case we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
In case one day.
Listen,
Opportunity arises.
ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. So on the off chance we have a real good thing happen that we need an applause, we're just like, okay, for example, Sketch walks in the door. What are we going to do? No, you
We're
got to
probably going to stop.
stop.
You're going to start over and do a full episode with him and just delete this one.
Nope, not going to be deleted. I'm going to be one episode, one continuous flow.
Showmanship.
Exactly.
Yes.
Where's he going to sit?
Daddy's back.
No,
Hold on. Where's he going to sit? All right.
no hesitation. Just immediately right where the Lord wants him. On a sidebar, to get back at least on some kind of topic for the podcast, is you were at your first powerlifting meet for Power Partners and you coached.
Yeah.
How did that go? Was it? I know Holland enjoyed having you there because he didn't walk 500 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just 250. We each got a solid 250.
Yeah.
Holland
Soft.
would walk 500 miles, and he would walk 500 more.
Yep.
To be the man.
And it makes it better because they saw none of it.
We're thinking podcasting over here. This is an audible performance right
Yeah.
here.
Then why did I set up camera?
Audible's definitely copywritten, though. We don't have audiobooks.
It's,
Could be a sponsor, though. They do a lot of sponsors
We
on
will
podcasts.
take a
dude,
sponsorship.
we're still waiting on our calls from Celsius and now Audible.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast the other day.
And Holland's
that,
proctologist. We're waiting on that call, too.
Yeah.
that's just,
Have you seen-
different though.
This probably won't help with the sponsorship, but have you seen that there's a lot of the Celsius out there that pop positive on basically every drug test known to man? You can take a drug test strip
you
and
think
dip
I'm
it in Celsius,
drinking it?
and it will pop hot for almost every illegal substance.
You're good.
Did
You're
Red
drinking-
Bull back in the day. I remember
You're
Red Bull
good.
was new. It was
Holland
like a
drinks his
thing.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't drink mine hot.
Yeah. So
So
you're
yeah,
good.
if you have to take
Mine
random
pops
drug
cold.
tests, I don't recommend Celsius.
Pop's cold. You're good, guys. It only pops cold. Cold's good. If it pops hot.
If you drink it warm, though, you're solid, just not cold.
Yeah. Lukewarm, though. We got questions. Probably allergy medicine, though, does that. So, anyways,
Coaching.
Yeah,
Special
coaching.
Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a humbling experience, if nothing else. Like, those guys get up there and they give it their all. And I mean, it's kind of cool to go from like you're just in the dungeon, as we like to call
Yeah.
it, and then like it's just you lifting with them on a 2 times a week basis.
Yeah.
And like you really get to see them push it in the room. But then once it's actually like showtime, just like anybody else, I mean, they get nervous just like we do.
Mhm.
I mean, it's essentially just a platform up in the middle of the crowd, and it's just you and the weight, and it either moves or it doesn't.
Yeah. And, and it's the set, 80 pounds is 80 pounds, whether you're, able-bodied, whether you have some sort of physical disability, no matter what, the weight's the same. And, they're moving it, and
Yeah.
the rules are the same, even the powerlifting rules are.
Well, and I mean, like some of these guys, I mean, there were guys in the high 400s on deadlift. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not talking about a lot amount of weight. I mean, to the general public, 315 is a lot of weight. These guys are throwing a fourth wheel on and repping it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty. And then like Noah, Noah has, all these sensory issues and stuff, and there'll be a lot going on like during workouts, and he'll rush commands and he'll jump stuff. He won't get it. But then when it's game day, when it's showtime, like he nails it. Like
he has the most picture perfect squat form you've ever seen in your life.
I wish I could squat that far down.
Yeah, you would.
But
Okay,
also,
and come back up. I mean,
Yeah.
So one thing that I'll say about Noah is, one, the kid's got a great attitude. Never tell him to slow down because he gets enraged and he'll go faster.
Yeah.
But that kid can have more fun sitting in a chair by himself than I will ever have in the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I agree. He has more fun in a chair than collectively all four of us will ever have doing anything.
Well, and the best thing is like when things get quiet and everybody's like focused on the
Yep.
lift and you just hear him in the back laughing. You're like,
Yeah.
that is
It
Noah.
is my favorite.
Back there, just gibbering to himself.
Yeah.
You're like, ha ha ha. I love it.
Sometimes I would like to know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while he'll
Yep.
crack himself up.
Yeah.
And you hear that extra hard laugh and you're like, I bet that was good.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that was a zinger."
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what people
Got
think
him.
about me at work, because I ride the PIV sometimes and I will make noises forgetting there's other people around. I'll be like, oh, that was out loud. Gets away from me.
People heard that.
Dude, my favorite is Noah gives you I call them Bluetooth fist bumps.
Yeah.
On the move as you're going.
Yeah. And or he'll already be in his chair, and if he sees you're reaching for one, but he's in his chair, he's not getting back
He's
up.
not
He'll
Get back
hold it
up.
out until you come
He'll
in.
just like, nah.
Yeah.
You're getting Bluetooth fist bump.
And then
Airdrop it.
speaking of fist bumps, one of the coolest fist bumps is getting a fist bump from Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like you fist bump him.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Dude,
gone.
Brad has the most style.
Brad,
Which-
He's a cool dude.
He's just
Oh, yeah.
smooth.
Yeah, that's why I'll always love watching Brad and Noah, because they could not be more opposite.
Yeah.
Like, you've got Noah will literally sprint to the bar, do his reps, and sprint to the seat all within 45 seconds.
45 seconds from the time they said bar was loaded till he was on his iPad was a solid 13 seconds.
Oh, he was moving mock Jesus.
Full range of motion too.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like a
he-
bull
yeah.
out of the chute.
It takes Brad that long to walk to the platform.
Yeah. Brad will get up, very methodically walk over. Belt gets lashed by sometimes him, sometimes his dad, sometimes Jake, whoever. And then he's up.
Speaking of belts, that was one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. So Brad's going up for his
I wish I
last,
saw it. I missed it.
He's going up for his last deadlift. And it was, 5 pounds off of his all-time max. I think his all-time
so,
was
yeah.
358, and he was going for 352. So it's a little bit more than 5. But he goes to pull, and he gets it about just below the knee, the sticking point for most people.
Yeah.
And right before that, his dad had decided to tighten his belt an extra loop from what he's used to. And right as he gets to that sticking point, the belt just explodes off of him. And you can see it in his eyes that he's starting to panic just a little bit. Like he's looking around like, what just happened? What's happening?
Yeah.
And I got him to look at me and I was just like, Brad, just pull it. And he just stopped and just stands up like it was easy. I was like, there we go.
I love it.
There we go. But just the
love
way it like exploded off of him and he just worked through it and finished it out. It was a big lift.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always kills it. But yeah, I wish I had been paying attention. But I was warming up for mine. But,
You know, we got a sponsor that has something that will help improve focus if you should need.
ooh,
NutriFit. Oh, I had to think about it for a second.
NutriFit.
BSN Supplements, not a sponsor.
Who'd be HM?
You know. It's the red brand.
We only use NutriFit around here.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's
The only
all-
time I'll take a red brand if it comes white and blue, boys.
That red brand's communist, I hear.
These colors don't run.
My God. They don't squat a whole lot either.
I wish they didn't run. I wish these colors didn't run. I hate it.
I don't run. I figure I've only got like a little bit of running left in me for my lifetime. I'm going to save it for when it matters. Like,
It makes me think of that one video that's been going around Instagram where it's this bigger guy and he's holding a sign at,
Yeah.
at a roadside.
That's how I run from
And
now on.
A semi just comes barreling through and almost takes him out. And he's just got the slowest little run to get away from it. And it's like, your life was in danger, and that was all you. That
Now,
was
hold on.
100%.
Let me think. What are you saving it for? Like when you say you're saving it, what What scenarios?
I'm
in your
saving it
mind?
for emergencies, like from a bear. Like if there's a child in danger.
If Darvid almost kills himself
I
again.
I thought you'd have a responsible answer.
If I see Chris Hemsworth on the other side of the road, I've got to get there.
I immediately thought, if I'm burning couches at the Titans win the Super Bowl, I need to be ready to run
for the police.
or any kind of major championship for one of the home teams.
To be fair, for those that have listened to the little bonus thing we got going on the side, Dungeons and D-ball, even
Colin's got 5 things that are bonus on the side.
but
You're talking to him right now.
Caleb also
just sent
doesn't
one of them
run
a
good
text.
there, and neither does his little buddy Darvid.
Is that her kid, Holland? Or
She's babysitting. Why you want to change the subject, Holland?
Anyways,
We're hitting a little too close to home.
we've gave too many clues, and her husband listens.
Uh-oh, dropping too many breadcrumbs. They're starting to get picked up.
it's like my ex-wife knows you.
There's a trail.
That was one of the first times I was legitimately afraid that there might be a throwdown in here. Every other time I know we're all joking, but that time I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
If you don't know that story, we'll fill you in on the Patreon.
Patreon.
Or just find
Or
us.
just listen to the podcast because it comes up.
No, that one wasn't brought up. That was before.
Oh, no, I had the inside track on that, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
You have the privilege of being friends with Holland. We're just, me and David are just
Just
here.
Holland.
Yeah, just Holland. That's what I mean. Me and David are just here. I wouldn't say it's a privilege.
And I'm barely even that.
Hey, I've heard there's this product out there that helps with focus.
I wish your default was to leave the camera on you so they can just see the dumb stuff you're doing. Like before you said that, you're over here like this. And I'm not even that.
The best part is when you when you started doing the example, he switched back to him.
That's not surprising to me at all.
Having that monitor's great.
There's a method to his madness.
More like meth, but
It's method, but METH is capitalized.
Yeah.
that just spells meth OD.
Meth.
Yeah.
Odd.
OD. Yeah. So I guess Caleb's out of bullet points.
Oh yeah. Dog, we're like show's over. We're just ready to close it.
So, Caleb, how was that? How was the Special Olympics meet for you? I don't think we got any opinions from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
the big man.
We talked about that when I like right after.
He got to actually win a trophy and keep it, and it wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't steal it from one of the
Wasn't falsely accused of something.
Stolen valor.
I like they're getting ready to give you the thing there that other time.
I don't think I've ever actually told Clint that he was the one that did that.
Yeah,
Was it falsely accused?
You're not Special Olympics, are you?
We haven't got the paperwork back.
Yeah, that was Clint. The first Special Olympics meet. I was a power partner, and I walked up to get the award. And
Man, you want a chicken nugget?
that was the first one I've ever been to, much less competed in. And so they called me up as the winner for the weight class, whatever. And I walk up, and Chip says, "You're not Special Olympics." I said, "No." And then Clint said, "You sure?" I was like,
You're like, thanks a lot,
I don't know
man.
what that means.
This was the same MC
It's
that
the
was
spacing
just
of the odds.
infatuated with chicken nuggets at the competition.
Oh, that was so funny.
Just kept bringing it up. He just had a
But-
little case of McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Man, I love Clint.
I do too.
He's
Can't wait to see him here soon.
oh, that's right.
Hack and Denny's
Yeah,
coming up.
I forgot you decided that you were going to do
I
that.
texted him the other day and I said, if you've still got room, I'm planning on doing the Hack and Denny. He said, I don't have a cutoff. We've got 21 athletes. I said, sounds like there's going to be 20 upset people when I win.
Yeah, but part of that's the hacking.
I mean, you
and
gotta-
your bench press isn't your strong suit.
No, that's why
I
it's
can't
going to
say anything mine isn't either, but that's
why it's going to be real embarrassing when Caleb walks out of there with a trophy.
I thought Hack and Denny was what the cat does when it gets done eating in this room here. Yeah.
And then I think
My
we're
cat's got a
all
eating disorder.
But
I think
hey,
we're all competing in August, aren't we?
Yeah.
Up in Kentucky.
Yeah, we're making Dave do it.
that's right. But man, you might the Hack and Denny Classic. Alan and Alex both are going to be there.
Yeah.
You do have the
And Alex has
the
been hitting
age
the
and
gym
weight
hard.
disadvantage depending on those two, which one you're going against.
I mean, she already has a world record in the Denny lift.
My goal is I know it's going to be an obscene amount of weight that I'm going to have to pull on in August. I'm talking is for the
People's.
the people's deadlift. I plan on pulling some obscene amount of weight because I'm going to have to make up for the Hackenschmidt press. It's
I'm
going
gonna have to do the same thing.
It's going to be absurd.
I just gotta find
My
somebody
people's
talking
is
to
not gonna
compete.
be
And I
as
can
high.
beat.
If you hit him with a stick while he's asleep the night before, you might have a shot.
Pull a Tanya Harding.
No, he actually doesn't react to that the way you'd think.
Some people need a warm up before they work out.
Yeah.
He's harder.
Is that all you got?
I thought this was a competition.
Family friendly around here. Calm down, everybody. It's getting hot in
Depends on
here.
your family.
Burning up. Got the meat sweats.
We've all been there. Sorry, I think it's an airborne pathogen now.
My meat's sweating.
Hairs.
Yeah.
I think
like
this
a Wuhan
is a
wet
great,
market
this is a
in
great
here,
time to
boys.
wrap this up.
Hey, wrapping it up on meat sweat.
Yeah. So,
So to the Wuhan wet market, we got the Alcoa meat market over here, boys.
so, anyways, to close this out,
It's a way
Is
upscale
strength-
market.
strength does not lie in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
They give punch cards for lunch.
Confucius.